Testing, testing. Mic check, mic check. Testing, testing. I hope this mic is good. Shoot. Mic check, mic check. Alright, hope we good. What's going on, y'all? My name is Isaiah. Uh, from my last video, I think I said that I started this little this podcast with me and my little me and one of my co-hosts, a friend of mine that I went to high school with. You know, we talked about it, got along together, and just I kind of had the idea for a little while, but I just really didn't know. But I presented an idea just like, I want to have a podcast. I don't really know exactly how I want to present it in a sense, but we just talk about it, figure it out. So altogether, my main goal is to basically show everybody, no matter who you are, what you have, what you don't have, you have the ability to do and accomplish whatever you want, no matter what it looks like right now, right? We just have a couple problems. We're just trying to figure out what that is, to be exact. But anyways, right? First, I'm going to get started with, first, I'm a man of God. Second, my beliefs and ideas are like clothes. So when they don't fit anymore, I take them off and replace them with new ones that fit, right? So today's little topic, and it's I don't want to say it's profound in some ways, how when you start to realize how God works in your life, and there's a lot of I realize, especially with myself, because the main whole thing of deeper than you don't think is just using the experiences that I have had, and that I have realized certain things that I can change. I have that we all have the ability to change around ourselves, within our lives and stuff like that. But sometimes we don't tap into it, right? So today we're going to be talking about liberating your mind from the worldly. Feel me? Don't mind the little speech. I see why every YouTuber does that. That's funny. But yes, liberating your mind from the worldly, right? So I'm gonna start off like this, right? When I didn't know God, and not saying I know God fully, but the more I begin to know Him and have a relationship with Him, I get to see how easy it is to get distracted when we didn't know what we knew. Right? So there's a whole perspective of things when you start to get closer to God, and one way of doing that is reading the Bible. And especially for me, it was very difficult to understand what was going on. There's so many worldly things going on. It was just the Bible was just I don't even know what's going on there. And little by little, certain things start to make sense. Maybe not as how you want to, but that all depends on how much you want your relationship with God. And as for me, speaking for myself, I really wanted, from the time I seen my pastor and the way how he was, shout out to Jarek Solomon, I was just I want that. And it wasn't the power. It wasn't the family, the stage, the platform. It wasn't the way how to move a crowd or to sing. It wasn't that. It was the way how he had God. I was that's what I want. I get goosebumps even just saying that right now, because I remember that same moment. I was just that's, and a lot of us, we want certain things and we all think we know what we want, kind of thing, right? But yeah, that was one of the things that actually, working on my relationship with God made me be able to see and understand what is going on around me. and what I wasn't actually training that was within me, right? Oh, that's gonna go some over your heads, right? So a few key points that I'm gonna like tap on today is gonna be like stress and worry, right? Anger, anxiety, stuff like that, right? A lot of the times when things are going on, it's quick for those reactions, for your reaction to be whatever suitable to whatever is going on around you, and not actually what's going on with you. And you don't know, it's a kind of like you work on what's within you. So when what's going on, whatever was going on around you, you've done enough work within to actually see what's actually going on without. I might go over some of y'all heads, but and one thing I realized, the longer that I have lived in the worldly, the longer I live in the worldly, the more difficult it can be to break free, both mentally and spiritually, right? The more difficult it is to break free mentally and spiritually, the longer you live worldly, right? I don't mean to get too deep in spiritual, but like I said, the whole title of this thing is Deeper Than You Don't Think, right? So you gotta actually, some of the things that we actually look over or go over our heads, these are things that we can't allow to overtake what we have within us, right? You can seem to be free and still not have your mind liberated, right? So you could say like, oh, I'm looking to, or I am changing this, or I'm doing better at this, but in some ways we are still being controlled and manipulated, and we don't see that. So you will get the sense of freedom in a sense, and then before you know it again, there's the cycle come back around again, and it's just like, yo, what happened? Yo, this never works, or like nothing ever seems to. You got to be careful. Sometimes it's not always what it looks like, right? Some of these moods, we have to realize what's going on too, right? Because some of these moods, right? Some of these reactions, some of our perspectives, right? And listen, I'm talking about myself too, because like I wouldn't be able to talk about this stuff if I wasn't able to go within myself and deal with these things that are going on within me and correct them, and have other people help me correct them, right? So some of these things is actually made to distract our functionality, distract how we function on a daily. And this is from the beginning. Since the fall from the kingdom, not from heaven, but from the kingdom, it's been like that for a long time. And a lot of us are lost. And a lot of us don't even know how lost we are. A lot of us do not know truth. So I'm here to make the playing field level for some of you who don't really understand the truth that's already been in your face, and that will move the fog up this perspective of what's going on around for you to focus on what's going on within. Don't worry, it's going to get good. Stay tuned, right? None of us are designed to fail in any area, but to be consistently redirected to our true north, right? None of us are designed to fail in any area, but to consistently be that redirected to your personal true north. None of us are made to fail. Nobody, no matter what you look like, no matter what you have. But some of us go to our grave failing because we don't know truth. Right? I'm gonna need you to really pay attention because, yo, if you don't know truth, especially when it's front of your face, you need to understand what you guys have. You guys need to understand what you guys hold within yourselves, right? So, in these predicaments, areas, or whatever is going on, are you thinking the right thing? And not only in the silence, but during the noise. Because you could practice these things on your spare time or free time, or like a good five minutes or something like that, or however long you would think the type of work this would take. But no, it's not only when you're in silence, but it's also when the noise is going on. And especially when it counts the most. Right? So we really got to understand what's going on and kind of find a way how to like drown out the noise. Because if we're not able to drown out the noise, then we're going to be right at where people left us, right at where people think we should be. And that's not how it is. Right? So, with that being said, hopefully you guys, you can always run the playback, share this, right? I don't even care if nobody's on here right now. Somebody gonna need this somewhere. Because it's truth. In the Bible, God's word is forever. And what I'm speaking about is basically my perspective on how I had to uproot some of these things out of my mind while working on this relationship. Right? So, in moments like that, or especially in the quiet times, this is a good one to think of right here. Do you remember anything that after you got through it, you was like, it wasn't that bad? Or you say, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been a better person. And not just a better person for you or for yourself or to handle situations better, but a better person for yourself and the people that's around you. Not just a better person for you and for what you're going through, but a better person for the people that's around you who need to be better, who need to see the example of being better. Right? That's something we really need to think about. Because I know a lot of us could look back on certain things and just be like, as soon as I said that, I know some of y'all got a thought of like, oh, nah, I remember this or that. And it's just like, yeah, it really wasn't that. Or it's just like, yo, that made me so powerful. That's never the end. There's more uprooting to do. You have to wake up and realize the authority you have not only over your mind, but over some sicknesses and diseases that have been over our family for generations. You have to wake up and realize the authority you have over your mind, not only your mind, but over some of these sicknesses and diseases that's been over our family for generations. Some of that is going to go over some of you guys' heads, but Lord, Holy Spirit, deal with whoever needs this in this moment. No matter if it's today, tomorrow, next week, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. We have the authority not only over our mind, but over some of these sicknesses and diseases that's been plaguing our family for generations. The authority sound like, oh, so what happened? What's the authority? I just went through some of them. You're gonna have to run this back. Like I said, some of this is gonna go over some of you guys' heads. It's deeper than you don't think. So working on this, especially getting your authority, realizing the authority that you already have, especially if you believe in Jesus Christ, if you go in the Bible, whoever that believe in him shall have long everlasting life, John 3:16. And that's only a small portion of whatever is in the Bible that actually speaks to us, that actually speaks to who we are and how we are to be. So a good way to actually recognize or realize the authority is proper perspective and proper reactions. There may be some stuff I might have to go deeper into or break down on other parts of that, but right now this is what I got for y'all. So now I mean, piece by piece. Not every can't give you everything at once, right? So proper perspective and proper reaction, right? Some things are out of our control, but how we see and react is what creates our experience, even if we notice this or not. So even if we notice this or not, how we see and react is what creates our experience. Even if we notice it or not. We go our lives living like this. I'm gonna go back one more time because I'm gonna just say one more time. Even if we believe it, even if we notice it or not, how we see and react is what creates our experience. Like I had to write this down. Like I don't even like writing. But I've been writing for a while since I started this, but not for another time. One more time for those in the back, right? Even if you notice it or not, how you see and react create the experience we have. How we see and react create the experience we have, even if we see it or not. So with that being said, this comes down to the low, because I'm about to get out of here. I don't even know how long this is going to be, but I guess this is all I got for y'all today, right? I'm not sure if I'm going to be back this week or next week, but I'm just going as the Lord leads me. So with that being said, right, especially create the experience, how we see and react, right? It leads to this. We are all made in the image of God, right? So let's look at what we use our creation powers to manifest. We're all made in the image of God, right? So let's step back and look at what we use our creation powers to manifest in our lives. I'm going to go back one more time. We are all made in the image of God, right? Not just Christians, not just believers, not just Roman Catholics, not just, I'm not even going to get into that, but not, we are all made in the image of God, right? So what are we using our creativity, our mind imagination to manifest in our lives? See, now this goes back to me not having a relationship with God, right? And it sounds so tough to like, yo, how do I have a relationship? Because that's the thing I ask a lot. I used to ask a lot of the times, and even I still have questions some of the times when I'm being directed. But the more I'll be like, okay, I know he acts like this in this time because I read whatever I read, and I know he do. So now I understand a little bit more of like, okay, it's what actually am I creating, right? And our creator, we are made in our creator's image. So what are we using our creative thinking, our creative gift that we was given by the Almighty? What are we using that to create? Right? We are all made in God's image. Now step back and look at your life and see what have you been creating in your life with the gift he have given us. Trust me, I'm talking to myself. Feel me? But I can't be mad at that because I didn't know. And I couldn't see. I knew truth, but I didn't understand because I didn't have a relationship. And still working and growing in it. Right? What you see isn't always truth, but facts. Right? So I'm going to give a little rundown. Perspective, proper reaction. We are all made in the image of God. What are we using? The creativity gift that he has given us. Even a lot of us here that we are made in his image, right? And not the physical. I know a lot of us know that, right? What you see isn't always truth, but facts. Last time I checked, it's the truth that shall set you free. Right? So I'm gonna need y'all to take your minds back from the enemy, from whoever got a hold of your mind. I break the stronghold. I break whatever is trying to overtake your mind, of whoever trying to manipulate, whatever trying to manipulate, witchcraft. I bind that spirit in the name of Jesus. By the spirit. Y'all need to come, y'all need to wake up and understand what y'all have. Y'all need to wake up and realize what y'all have. I'm not talking materially. I'm not talking about what's around you, but what you have within you. At first, it's hard and it takes time. And you got to be not only diligent, but what's the word I'm looking for? You got to be intentional. You got to be intentional about wanting to take hold of your own mind. You have to be intentional of wanting to take your mind take control of your mind from whatever, whoever. Because last time I checked, also, God don't even control our minds. So how are we looking at what we see? Because what we see isn't always what we see. 7 years ago isn't the same today. So whatever happened 7 years ago, or whatever's going on 7 years ago, you hear. So with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to just get y'all stuff together, man. Get y'all mind together, right? It's tough out there. Of course it is. Trust. I know. And somebody else always have a bigger or a worse story than the next. I'm not here to talk about the stories. I'm here to tell you what you have, no matter what. It's already in you. He's already in you. He's already with you. The Creator's already with you. So how are you looking at what you see? How are you reacting to what you see? Or what you think you see? Right? Because you start working on your relationship, start getting in the Word, you'll see what's going on out there has always been happening. And there's a way for us to not live like that. Right? So, yo, I hope you guys, whoever watched this, got something from this, got a lot, got a little, because anything is something. And sometimes that's just a start, and it could take you a long way. Right? So, guys, this is a little deeper than you don't think tidbit, right? Shout out to my co-host, Kim, right? She's not with us today, of course, but, we still working on some things. Working on, having other guests come on with us and stuff like that. But this whole thing is a process, and I'm still working on a way how I'm going to get out there and, get in touch with the people, and help these people figure out the things that are going over their heads in their daily lives that shouldn't really be taking control of y'all. Like Crypto Queen says, shout out to her, because I do listen to her videos and stuff like that. Good information. Somebody had asked, I think, her, what does overstand means? When it goes over your head. Right? But yo, y'all need to take control of what y'all have. All right? Hopefully some of these tools help. If you guys have any questions, y'all can drop a comment. Share this video with someone, because I know somebody might need this. Right? Y'all have an amazing night, and y'all be blessed.